This episode brought to you by X-Lax. If you can't get it going on your own, this'll give you the runs, man.
Hey everybody, we're watching The Running Man and you're listening to Miscast Commentary.
You're listening to Miscast Commentary, where two guys have seen way too many movies and have way too much time on their hands.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now here's your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary. I'm Joe Finley.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And we are celebrating for a bunch of reasons. One, we're doing another Arnie movie, and that's always pleasurable. But two,
we're still alive.
it's episode 100, baby.
100th anniversary birthday episode.
Provided that you're not counting the episodes, in which case you would know it's actually closer to 200.
We can't count.
I can't do it. Actually, it's over 200 at this point. It's because we've done bonus episodes and all of that.
And all that good jazz.
So yeah, we're probably at like 206 or something like that.
Counting's already, come on.
It's irrelevant. We have had such a fun time doing this podcast. We hope you've enjoyed listening to it as well. If you haven't, don't tell us, but continue to listen, or at least like just put it on and leave the room. It helps.
This is hell for me.
We're needy
It's
enough.
not fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hell.
So make it worthwhile.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
A little bit of semen.
Yeah, it's a blood semen.
All right, but we have a fantastic movie for you.
Yes, we absolutely do.
I don't have my phone.
You know, like sometimes when you're like watching like Conan and he'll be like, oh, we got a great show for you today. But sometimes he'll joke and be like, yeah, yesterday's wasn't really that good or like whatever, right? He'll be like, well, there he goes. 100th episode. He just walks off. I'll just sit here. Never come back, never come back, never come back, never. This walkout brought to you by In Vogue. That'd be great if every single, well, in the future, everything will be a sponsorship. Yeah. Because it's all like digital crazy. Like you don't even have to.
Yeah.
The microchip in your brain will sign for you, and then you'll be for 5 seconds you'll be sponsored by Cheetos.
Hey, I'm so in for that. Somebody had asked me one time, they were like, if somebody paid you a good sum of money to like have your car wrapped in like a full page ad kind of thing for a year, but it was like a really girly thing or something like that, would you still do it? I'm like, fuck yeah.
Absolutely,
and
yes.
And they're like, why? And I'm like, I can't see the outside of the car when I'm inside the car.
Yeah, my car could even be for like maxi pads or tampons, and on the top is like a big spring with a giant tampon, like boing, you know, like bouncing around.
I would actually insist on that.
I'd be like, fucking bring it on.
Oh, lordy. But yeah.
It's for like genital herpes or, herpes medication, like, or whatever, right?
Speaking of herpes, Arnold Schwarzenegger has probably spread some of that around in his day, right?
You're going to ask me. Like,
did Usher play swords with him?
Yes. Scrape the barnacles off.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Billy.
I'm not ready for this episode at all, apparently. Todd almost
I almost slept through the damn thing.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid day job. You're a fucking bunch of crazy nonsense.
Yeah, Todd started a new job, and it goes really early, and he still was gracious enough to agree to come in late.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Whatever. I'm just going to sit there fall asleep all day anyways, regardless.
Nice. All right. Well, let's not keep you going any longer, and let us start this bad boy, this classic, by pressing play.
Now, you know what? So first thing I had to do was like, they're like, yeah, you gotta be here for like 7 a.m. Mm-hmm. So the first thing I did was like look up the fact that there really is a 7 a.m, and apparently there is. So once I got over the absolute shock of that,
yeah,
I kind of dig it apparently though. I'm kind of digging it.
You feel a lot more like a person when you're like used to it.
Taft. Right? You're damn right. It's weird, yeah, because like 3 o'clock, I'm like done,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, what now?
Oh, I know.
Oh my god, I haven't seen this movie for. Look at the font.
Yeah, the font is actually not dissimilar at all from our font.
Oh my god,
This to me is one of the most 80s of all of the themes that we've seen in this weird and this was technologically like a gigantic thing then, right?
By 2017, the world economy has collapsed. Food, natural resources, and oil are in short supply. A police state, divided into parliamentary zones, rules with an iron hand.
Television is controlled by the state, and sadistic game show called The Running Man has become the most popular program in history. All art, music, and communications are censored. No dissent is tolerated, and yet a small resistance movement has managed to survive underground.
When high-tech gladiators are not enough to suppress the people's yearning for freedom.
More direct methods become necessary.
This was a thing that was a huge thing back in the
We were two like Muppet characters or something, right? Like
it was like Sam Eagle and like Beaker or some shit.
oh my god, I love that
The background.
the chopper back. I like this kind of shit. I don't
Yeah.
care. I'm like, you know what? Get your shot.
The voice who's on the radio right now is actually an actor who appears later in the movie, but we'll talk about him when he gets there.
Look at that young Arnold, driving the chopper.
I don't feel great with this helicopter scene right off the bat from when we're recording this. We're only days out of Kobe passing away.
Yeah, that's right.
That just occurred to me, but this isn't airing for a long time, so it doesn't
Exactly.
matter. It's airing in like the end of March.
Look at the gap in those teeth.
Oh my God, Michael
How old
Strahan
is
is
he here?
jealous as shit. He's 39, I think. Like he's near
Oh,
near
he
40
got
here.
pretty late. He was a lot older when he kicked it, eh?
Well, I mean, he started in the 70s, right? So, like the Conan or not Conan, but the Hercules and all that was late 70s. Conan was early 80s, and
What the fuck?
I like how many people are just loose in a helicopter.
Oh, he's out. He's out. That guy's out.
I think that's his favorite move, actually, is that back fist. He does it a lot in his movies. See, but look at what I'm saying. All these people are not wearing like any like harnesses or seatbelts in a helicopter with open doors.
His face looked exactly like in when he's pulling the bug out of his nose in.
It's the only face he made.
I know it's great because it works.
Yeah.
He looks like an animatronic creation.
To me, he's
Well, why did he just? What the hell just happened there?
because they told him to murder a bunch of people down there, and he said, "No, to hell with you."
Wagon.
So start right off the bat. The movie was directed by Michael Glazer. He did movies like Cutting Edge, The Air Up There. He did Shaquille O'Neal and Kazam. He recently was in Ray Donovan and Grace and Frankie. He is an actor. He was also best known. He was Starsky from Starsky and Hutch.
He was?
Yeah,
Who was?
the director of this movie.
Oh no shit!
Yeah, he was actually a last minute replacement. Somebody else was on. I'll get to that guy in a bit. But he like came in after that guy got fired for going like super duper
Is
over
this a
budget.
Stephen
and stuff
King book?
It is. Yeah,
Or novella or whatever. Like
he wrote this as Richard Bachman. Right now, there are 21 different Stephen King related projects in pre-production. Or in
I
some
think
form
that
of production.
everything he has ever done has been turned into 5 things. Even the bullshit ones, like that stupid In the Tall Grass.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, what an atrocious movie.
Well, I think what it is people, they option his stuff immediately, and he sells the rights for $1 for everything.
What?
He does. Like he always gets like back end or whatever, blah blah blah. But the actual physical rights he just sells for $1.
Dweezil Zappa.
And Mick Fleetwood.
No way. Richard Dawson.
I feel like this outfit was there. Like tried to go THX 1138. Robert Blackman. Oh, see, Blackman were working in Hollywood back then. Great news.
Yeah, in this mine.
Yes.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
This guy's in a lot of shit.
He is in stuff, but he's never the way I thought he was. His name's Marvin J Mcintyre. He was in Fandango, Pale Rider, Silverado. He's one of the bad guys in Short Circuit. He was in Twins. He's in Back to the Future 3 as the mortician, and that's when I was like, oh yeah, that was my oh yeah moment with that
Right.
guy.
I still don't know which one I'm thinking.
And
he
then,
just wanders around
Yeah.
carrying a big metal beam
Yeah.
all day.
I know, and then he
They
was
don't
in
need.
Wagons.
They're not allowed to have trucks.
This is how they mess
Oh
with
fuck.
him. Oh, we see Arnold and Yaphet Kotto.
Yeah, Kodo.
One of the great character actors. He was in Alien, Live and Let Die, Midnight Run, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. He was in Homicide, Life on the Street. He actually moved to Canada from Colorado thinking it was a safer place. And then like shortly after he moved, the Columbine shooting happened.
Oh my lord, eh?
And all that, yeah. And an interesting thing I never know, he turned down the role of Lando Calrissian.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. So that went well for him, right?
Yeah, I know. Oh god, you always hear stories like that, right? How are you to know?
But he was in Homicide and stuff. Like, it's not like he stopped working on, like, relevant things. It's not like he was in, like, straight to video for the rest of his life or something like that. right?
So what? Straight to video is the sweetest gig, man. Ask Casper Van Dien. He's living the fucking dream.
I know. He's still doing straight to video in a world where everything should be on demand. he's
In a world.
like, oh, can I see this on Netflix or like some kind of on demand thing? Oh no, you still got to go get it on friggin' VHS.
Straight to VHS.
Oh, what that body was fantastic.
That did look good, eh?
The one- no-
hey, there's Buddy.
No, the one he threw was like so
The
clearly
leg
a
was all
dummy.
flipped around like.
Yeah, it was
Looks
fantastic.
like fucking Super Dave Osborne.
It's not working. It's almost like I don't know the code.
Oh man, they don't make him like this anymore, man.
Yo, high five.
Yeah, I meant Arnold's
There it
beard.
is. Oh yeah, yeah. It's a rare
Superman beard or
it's a
whatever
rare
the fuck.
Arnold beard. He looks good in a beard.
He
though.
does actually.
He does not do it nearly enough actually for my liking. It would have kind of been interesting in Total Recall just as a way to like separate Hauser and Quaid.
Right. Could I have a beard? Yeah.
Yeah, instead of just a suit. He's like, I'm a dick because I'm wearing a suit.
And he
You're
was
not
with
a
Buddy,
dick.
and he was with that dick.
Yeah, you're not a
Dick
dick. 'cause
Jones,
you were,
OCP, bro.
Yeah. Well, I was saying the thing that made him a good guy is he was wearing like a belly shirt.
Oh man,
You know,
that
like
makes
a
every
real
man
man.
a good guy.
I know. He's wearing you know who he looks like? He looks like every single dude in Forged in Fire. He's wearing like the big like heavy apron thing, and he's got the beard. And
Was he
he's
like the
dirty
cook?
and-
He was just melting up some metal for their dinner. I think because if you notice, Buddy here,
Yeah.
it says trustee on
Yeah.
the back.
Oh, okay.
And maybe he gets like there's Buddy the stunt guy from like every fucking thing. There he
Yeah.
is right there.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
What's that guy's name?
I don't know. I'm dead in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This was always something I remembered very well. Was this perimeter deactivated? Perimeter.
I haven't seen this movie in forever.
Oh, I know.
I totally forgot that font.
See, you know what's interesting though?
Oh, here we go. Yeah,
this
you're right.
is one of those
Dead
ones.
in 2 minutes. Like, fuck,
Yeah.
man. You really gave him a lot of
know.
extra time there.
I know, but this is one of those ones. It's not like the Little Monsters or something where you forget so much of it. It's like I remember this movie beat for beat, and I haven't seen it in probably like 6 years.
No, Jake, like, what was this guy thinking? Maybe he's just
That was so good. I like that he gets a few more steps in though.
that was awesome.
I never feel bad for those guys though, and you notice they never really grieve for them that much.
Because
They're
they're
like,
prisoners.
No.
They're like, well, he was an idiot.
no, but on top of that, yeah, it was like you had every opportunity to have had that not happen to you.
He panicked.
because-
He was panicking.
Yeah, don't go yet. It's very clear that you shouldn't go yet. But I'm gonna go. All right. Well,
They probably have some kind of behind the sachs bet.
Yeah.
Where like whoever is the first out to escape gets like
Yeah.
a free rat head
oh, nice. Got to get me some rat heads.
by Bachman Turner Overdrive.
This is the big thing, though. Steven D'Souza is the screenplay writer. He has been a big part of our show. He wrote Die Hard. He wrote Commando. He wrote what we'll eventually be doing, Street Fighter. I just know it.
Oh my god.
He was in a movie credited as Mr. Handsome. It was called Deathcember, which I would really like to move. And I started diving into that. It's some anthology show or something, and in one of the episodes features a character named DJ Sexmouth.
DJ Sexmouth.
And I really need to be involved.
Wow.
In that.
Look at this future, man.
This is like,
This is like right now in Toronto.
yeah, I feel like, especially in the 80s, I feel like they really didn't get creative with the future. That everybody pretty much has the exact same future.
Well, no, this one kind of makes a little bit of sense because like it's not it seems like everything kind of went ass over tea kettle there. So, right, there's like New World Order kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
So it didn't really, it looks like some of the buildings got kind of jazzed up, but everything else just went to shit.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like it's, they do one of the other types things. They do like the New World Order kind of thing where everybody gets put down, or they do the thing where
like fly cars.
or they do the thing where just everything is lawless, kind of like a RoboCop's Detroit kind of thing. But like it's so basically
it's just all right, like just to
every future is either RoboCop or it's Escape from New York.
Right. It's cheaper that way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I hear you. Its sets are much easier to come by.
And then you can do the whole the mix and match with your clothing because there's no budget.
Yes.
So we'll just throw a ski helmet on ya.
Yeah.
We'll put a camouflage tarp and some fishnet stockings hanging from it, and boom, you're from the future.
Yep.
You're from the dystopian future.
Sounds good to me. Either that or just draped white. So the man working the stuff right now is Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood
Working
Mac.
the stuff.
Yeah. It always blew my mind, though. So, yeah, Mick Fleetwood of Fleetwood Mac is in this friggin' movie.
That's wicked.
And there's rumors that the character is essentially supposed to be him. He's playing Mac or whatever, but they were kind of like, oh, yeah, no, it's like this character in the movie is actually Mick Fleetwood.
Woo.
But,
he plays his actual, now that the music industry's gone, I've got into the tech. Oh my God, he's wearing a World Gym shirt. Arnold's always got his cigar going.
I know.
Is that makeup or is he really that old? Because what's her name just sucked the life out of him? Stevie Nicks.
I saw a great meme. It was a picture of Taylor Swift up top, and it says he writes a bunch of hit songs about her ex-boyfriends. Then underneath is Stevie Nicks is made her ex-boyfriend play guitar in her band while she sang about what an asshole he was. She's like, now that's badass.
It's true. What year was this movie?
I'm
trying to think. Let's go off of our brains.
I want to say it was 89.
Yeah, let's go off of our brains.
Okay, I don't like doing that.
And what is this in the order of Arnold releases chronologically?
Okay, well, I'm going to look it up, but I'm going to think about it without...
Because first was Hercules in New York.
Yeah.
Then I think he did Terminator 1.
I think. Running Man was 87.
So 87. This is like right in the beginning of his sweet zone.
Yeah. See,
I'm going to say this is number 4 movie.
Okay. I was originally going to say that this was, no, because I think, what was it? Conan. You had Conan, you had Terminator,
I forgot about the Conans.
Yeah. We won't count Pumping Iron.
I'm going to say 5 then.
Okay. Let's find out.
Oh my God, this is shots of the border right now.
I know.
Missed it.
I like that World Gym is still a thing in this world.
It's not. It's just a shirt that still works.
I know.
The shirt works.
The gym that Todd and I are both members of, so you can see it does a bang up fucking job.
Oh yeah, I am a member of World Gym. It's just got like a totally different logo. So I'm like,
oh yeah, yeah. They've.
I wonder if he got like free workouts forever. I'm sure Arnold could just walk into any gym and you'd be like, get in there.
Yeah. Okay. Hercules in New York. The Long Goodbye. It's a hood in August. That's uncredited. We're not counting that. Then there's a Happy Anniversary and Goodbye. It's a TV movie. We're not going to count that. There's a lot of TV shit, actually. He plays Muscle Man in the San Pedro Beach Bums. The Villain.
A little bit of a stretch.
We're going to get real. So Hercules in New York was his first starring. Well, we'll go by starring roles. So Hercules in New York was 1. Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, Terminator, Red Sonja, Commando, Raw Deal, Predator, The Running Man. Predator and The Running Man came out the same year.
It's like 9.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Arnold. I'm sorry. Richard Dawson never makes it in because he's too busy fucking everyone's wife outside there.
I know, but that's like a hot period of time. 2 years.
Yeah.
Predator, Running Man, Red Heat, and Twins.
That's fucking awesome.
In a 2-year period. That's pretty fantastic.
That's a pretty sweet. So I was right. He was starting to hit the sweet spot, but not movie 9. Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I like that they hired Richard Dawson in this movie.
Yeah, it's Richard Dawson, who obviously was the host of Family Feud. He was also in Hogan's Heroes, Laugh-In, the new Dick Van Dyke Show. He had a lot of acting stuff prior to Family Feud, and yeah, that is a Arnold Schwarzenegger stuntman
Yep.
who's worked his way into the film. That's happened from time to time. There was another guy who was a stuntman on Terminator 2. You can see him quite clearly when he does like the motorcycle jump like into the LA River.
In what?
In Terminator 2. The LA River is that like
Oh, the
Cabin.
little aqueduct or whatever.
Yeah.
That thing that they're, oh my God, you can so tell that is not Arnold. Who cares? What a sweet jump.
But that guy, he did a show for a long time where he was recreating different movie stunts and stuff with people. It was a pretty cool thing, but like he was so friggin' cocky. He's like, I was Schwarzenegger's stuntman, so I'm the man. It's like
You
like-
sure are, bud.
it's like basically having a fucked up jawline made you famous.
I'm his voice coach.
Yes.
That's the real hero, the unsung hero here. The guy that taught this motherfucker how to pronounce his fucking words.
Yeah. Well, he never got it, so it doesn't really matter. He was the governor of a state he couldn't pronounce. I bet. How much do you wish he was the governor of Maine?
I like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's the states for you. A guy can't even pronounce where he's the king of.
Yes, the king.
Richard, I always like, I watch on the boat there, they have like retro TV
Oh, really?
because of like, they just have an antenna.
Yeah.
They're supposed to fucking, hey, there's Buddy.
Yeah, he was the man who was the voice on the radio in the helicopter tour
Ah.
at the beginning. That's who I wanted to.
Dual duty, that's 2 paychecks right there, man.
Yeah, we know him obviously from friggin' everything. He was in Wayne's World. He basically plays the same character in everything. He was the same character in No Holds Barred.
Yes. He's been in a bunch of our films.
He's really good. He's really good at being a TV executive who's like smarmy.
Like a slimy.
that was
He's more smarmy than slime. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh, he's going to be at Comic-Con.
Yes, that's true. He is going to be at Comic-Con this year. That was a pretty big.
I think he's going to have a big lineup.
I think so too.
I'm
afraid to talk to him.
I mentioned to the old lady. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
you'll never stop talking to him.
Are you a deep state here to kill me?
Yeah, you're like, no, I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
Sit down and let me talk to you.
Yeah. Are you a part of the New World Order? No, those guys are. Hall and Ash are sitting off to the side.
Okay, so I'm guessing. Well, I'm not guessing. I'm hoping that. Is she giving an interview to that picture?
Yeah.
Oh, she's like, we're here with this picture.
What do you think about your crimes? Nothing to say, huh?
Ooh.
That was back when doing full sit-ups actually meant something.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This is the thing. He's like, he's quite a terrifying bad guy in this moment.
He looks straight out of Raw Deal with his hair
Yeah.
slicked back.
I know. I like that she's wearing like sexy lingerie to do sit-ups and shit.
That's how I do my sit-ups,
Yeah.
you know.
But like, I wouldn't even like. I could see if she even just got down to bra and panties and started working out because like I'm just gonna get out of my work clothes or whatever.
Right.
But like, was that what she was wearing underneath her clothes?
So he,
L. Butcher of Bakersfield.
why is he's got to assassinate somebody or something.
Why?
I don't know. He just broke in here. He had a big, wait.
Well, no. He assumed this
they're
was his
after him.
brother's house.
Oh yeah, because he said, "What are you doing in the yeah?"
Yeah, you're not the world.
She's like, "I am your brother."
Don't I? Don't I sound like somebody whose brother's name is Edward? Oh man.
And he was showing this old retro TV because they get Detroit,
Yes.
and they have like the old
Sorry, he's so funny.
old match
Yeah.
game or not match game, but it was like
Yeah.
You know,
well, he was on
like,
Match Game as well, though.
it was maybe it is match game.
Yeah, it's
And-
the one
and
where
it's-
it's like the 6 guys.
Yes,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
match game. So you can see him in match game, and then him in thing, and he's like so. If you were to watch, if he was he could never get away with it now.
Yeah.
Kissing all the but they wanted him to kiss him.
Yeah, no, that was back in the time. If you could get a host to finger you, you were in a good spot.
Right.
But you know what's actually really interesting is that a lot of people who worked for him on Family Feud, after the fact, said that this was pretty much right on the nose of what he was like.
Right.
And like the way he acted,
Like
stuff like
this.
that. Yeah, and like the way he like treated the
He was an asshole.
the janitor and stuff
Right.
like that. You know, it's
He
all.
was a dick.
Oh, absolutely.
You can kind of see that he is.
Yeah. But he's like the right guy. You know what? Like very similar. Best of the Best 2. You know how they have that whole like Las Vegas Underground thing.
Yes.
You know how karate tournament movies go. With Wayne Newton was like the guy in that one, and I was like, he's not an actor per se. He's been in movies and stuff,
Right.
but he's absolutely the right guy for the job that they gave him. Like he performed it perfectly, and like he's got like the big dumb host smile on his face, but in fact he's a dick. He's a dick.
Right, he's a total douche.
That guy
That
would have
must
made a
run
great.
in the. Sorry, what's that?
I was gonna say that the stuntman guy would have made a great Zangief if they made a Street Fighter
he
back
totally
then.
would have. He's been in a bunch of Arnold movies.
Oh God, yeah, he always pokes up.
I think he's one of the guards in Batman and Robin.
I believe you're right, actually.
Yeah, him and like Ralph Moeller.
Oh God, Ralph Moeller, who was in Best of the Best too. We're getting all this.
Fucking right, he is. That was weird that actually worked out like that.
I know. So Maria
Fucked.
Conchita Alonso here, again, further proof that Arnold Schwarzenegger has a type. I didn't it was so funny. Like,
yeah, they need to have a vagina.
No. It has to be a woman of Latin descent. Like I was like, he has a baby with his like his Mexican nanny, but
Who doesn't?
or housekeeper, whatever it was. But then I start going through all the movies. You think about Total Recall, the girl that he describes as his ideal girl who ends up being the love interest.
That you're right.
And then
And what's her name from Commando?
well,
Looks kind of Mexican.
Ray Don Chong. She's I suppose. And then her, I was just like, all of a sudden I was like, it's all coming together.
So what? So he gets to this house.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, my brother lives here, so
Yeah.
I'll just kick the door in.
No, but that's the thing. The code worked. He just went boop, 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 and walked in. He's like, Edward. And then, so like, that's what blows my mind.
You have more women's items in here than usual, Edward.
Yeah. Well, because he does. He picks up a thing. And he's like, huh? Like, goinks? But like, he's super.
This is exactly. You know what's crazy that we're watching this is because this is essentially the same from Commando.
Yeah.
He kidnaps Ray Don Chong to prove his innocence.
Yeah. It's a weird, because he's not an anti-hero in the thing or anything like that. I just, like, he's not acting like he's
In the
desperate.
80s, good
you know what I mean?
guys kidnapped women to prove their innocence.
Yeah. Ooh, I like a guy with a nice suit.
Oh my
tie
god, and he's
helmet.
wearing like the same suit he wore in Commando when he went on the plane when he knocks out Buddy.
And twins.
I
That's
purchased,
basically his favorite way to dress when it's not like
when he's
fatigues.
incognito.
Yeah.
Fatigues or Hawaiian flower shirts. I fucking love that look though. I think I can pull that off.
Yeah. I had not the like flowered shirts, but I used to like really like silky button up shirts. Like I had ones like back in a time when it wasn't so friggin' horrible. They had these what was it? Like they had like Japanese things on them and stuff like that, and like tigers. And it's like it was fine at the time. It was the 90s, but it
Like
was,
Ricky's shirt from
Yeah.
Trailer Park Boys.
yeah, but they were so comfortable that I was like, I can't pass these up. Oh, see again.
Oh, here you go, right?
This is definitely
on, you big fucking asshole.
yeah, this is definitely not a post 9/11.
Right, and just go, just go.
Yeah.
These old ladies just get upset. I don't care about the national security of the world. Get on the plane.
You don't have a boarding pass and you look really suspicious. Just go. It's
Just
fine.
go. I can't deal with this old white lady back behind you. Just get the fuck on there.
Look at the guy in the background. He's got like sunglasses on, and there's a thing. It looks like the old like VR set you use, or the 3D
Oh my god!
glasses.
So there's still. I love this too. So to make it the future,
Yeah.
they just give everybody like some weird futuristic
Yeah.
glasses. They're on the same old bus.
Everybody's wearing
Everybody
80s
walks with their
clothes.
girlfriend like that.
But that's it. Like it's like I'm just gonna give you blind person headphones
Oh.
and blink.
She did. That was like the same shot from Total Recall when Sharon Stone hits him in the balls.
Everybody hits him in the ball. I think he likes. I like it when the women hit me in the testicles. See, this is when he's the running man more than ever in the show. He could.
More than ever.
Well, no, but I mean, like,
Holy fuck! Is that really him? That's a
There's
stunt guy.
no way that's him.
I don't think that's
There's
him either.
no circumstance because I don't think that anybody that muscular can run fast. See, look
So
at how
now
slow
like,
he is
he's
now.
huffing. He's gassed. He's fucking gassed.
That's all I want to do. You know, we should do that sometime. You remember that that video that went viral with Hugh Jackman doing like all his like Wolverine sounds? He was doing Logan or whatever, and he's running through the woods. He's like, I want to do that with all just Arnold Schwarzenegger things. Just put clips up and just us going, yeah.
Pretty, eh?
She really is. I think that's the best they did.
I wonder where what building that is to like the futuristic thing they could find, right?
It looked like the outside of the Louvre where they had the
That's what I was thinking too.
where they had the end of Da Vinci Code.
Yes, that's exactly
Yeah.
what I was thinking, but it wasn't. It was like two little pyramids instead of the big one.
Yeah.
That's where Mary Magdalene is buried. At the bottom.
That's why whenever I go there, which is all the time, obviously, because I'm a big fucking deal, I always just take a knee. And everybody thinks I'm Kaepernicking, but really I'm just, bowing to the wife of Christ, you know.
Then I went to the flea market. I picked up on VHS for $10.
Yeah.
I got
You overpaid.
Commando.
Nice.
I got Judgment Night.
Oh, really?
Which I was totally just speaking to my old lady about, and and then I was like, "Hey, Judgment Night."
We got to do Judgment Night. That's a great one.
We got Raising Cain because she was talking about it the other day.
I haven't seen that in a while.
I think it's terrible. It's probably terrible.
Yeah.
Whatever. I got it for like a nickel.
I
I got Dick Tracy,
Oh, wow.
but the cool box where it's just a picture of the cartoon him.
Oh,
And
yes.
there's no explanation of the film on the back. There's just a picture of like a couple of the cast members.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just Al Pacino back there with his weird rat face.
oh, here we go, buddy. What a movie, eh?
Oh, I know.
So you say that Stephen King gets like a buck. You got a buck for this one.
He just really sold those guys out too. He's like, those are those guys who helped you, blah blah blah. He could have just said, never seen them before in my life. He could have helped protect them a little bit.
It's part of his plan.
I know, but
He's
he's
trying
like,
to sell them out. He's trying to get a deal.
I'm here to name names.
Fuck them. You shit without me. Oh man, I still want to be Arnold. When I look at him, man,
know.
back in the day, I had my hair cut. Like,
Yeah.
I had the box cut because I thought he kind of had a box cut in like Predator and stuff. Fucking love this guy.
You got to What you need to do is start doing either the slick back or this little slick to the side thing.
I like it, man. I like it.
I love when I always love these scenes. They've got all the doctors or the scientists or whatever around them. They're like, hey, you're nothing when you're all tied down. Blah, blah,
Just
blah.
like a Total Recall.
Yeah. Ooh, a barium
Bury
ivy.
him. Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
So they can
tracer
track
barium.
him.
Why wouldn't they have just done that's just a way where they're like, look how futuristic and like scientific we are. It's instead of doing like the usual just now you have a tracker in you. It's your whole bloodstream.
I like
Although
how
it's
it
a cool
just
idea.
said, like in brackets, like
Ooh.
mandible.
Don't care about that.
Don't swallow those
Yeah.
things, Arnie. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Just relax. Last guy that did the swallowed the left hand one and died on the table.
We took it out of his stomach and now it's in your mouth again. Actually, I kind of like them now that I've kind of made fun of it. I like the barium IV idea because that means like you can't cut out your
Yeah.
tracker.
Exactly.
So I don't know that they thought about that or if they were
Oh, Stephen King probably already thought of it. He had it in his book, guaranteed.
It's the way like Stephen King books get adapted. The whole thing was probably only about that.
Yeah.
It was probably just it was about the development
People
of a
being
barium
tracked
IV,
in
and
a-
it was
in a-
like, and the first person we put it in was a guy in a game show.
This is one of these little books that he wrote, right? One of the.
I don't think it was a novella. I think it was just a full-on novel that was written under the Richard Bachman pseudonym, right? This actually, the way that this ends and the way that his book ends, which is, no fucking surprise, the way they adapt things, were very, very, very different. I'll talk about the endings after the fact.
Cadre Cola.
Mm-hmm.
It looks kind of like it's RC.
Yes.
Like after the apocalypse happens here, RC comes roaring back.
Mm-hmm.
The people don't want that much carbonation.
Yes.
It angers up the blood.
I think that's honestly the first time I knew what her name was in this movie. I thought she was just a nameless broad, but her name is Amber Mendez.
Did they just mention her on the news?
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause I was just thinking, I was like, how did she get out of there? But they caught Arnold. Oh, he ran for it, so.
Well, they said that she was unarmed or unharmed and whatever, but then of course they did that thing. I love the things. You know what though? Can you be honest? Is this really dissimilar from what's airing on TV now? Like
No.
this is a little out of Fear Factor.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like.
This reminds me of something they would show in Conan, like one of those fake shows that they do.
Yeah. Those old satellite things were the best.
He's just drugged out. He doesn't know where the fuck he is.
They were so proud of themselves when they came up with this idea, the court-appointed theatrical agent.
That's awesome.
He doesn't even have a bed.
Here we go.
There's some great choreography in this.
They're all showing up now.
Yeah.
It's game day.
Yeah. You'd think they'd have bleacher style seats. I think that in some shots they do have bleacher style seats. So maybe that's SNL where there's some other
is
spots to
yeah,
fill.
like a couple over here. Well, look at this place. Everybody's gonna watch on the giant TVs because everyone's ragingly homeless.
Yes. We have to.
This is all the elites.
Yeah.
Hey, there she is.
Oh, is that her?
She's in like all those. She's in everything.
Yeah. Actually,
Something About Mary. I really like her, actually.
Oh no, she's great. Actually, when I talked to Jordan Downey, he had actually asked her to be in one of his like college films, and she actually called and like politely declined.
Touch me.
I know, Buzzsaw is in the house.
This guy's awesome. All these guys are great. It's like such like wrestlers. Like who the fuck is this guy? Punch my face. Yeah.
His name is Gus Rethwich. And
he's bleeding.
And he was in Twins with Schwarzenegger as one of like the thuggy guys, and he was in The Scorpion King.
These girls are rocking my brains out.
Do you know why they're rocking your brains out? Do you know who did the choreography for this movie?
Jennifer Lopez.
Paula Abdul.
Oh man. You know what? I don't know whether this comment even like, but the dance moves seem like something out of a Paula Abdul video.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say J-Lo a little young, like because like it was like she got her start in the early '90s under Rosie Perez.
I love this '80s
in
look
Living
with
Color.
these like workout chicks with their teased out hair. Fucking right on, man.
Those are like very.
Woo.
Yeah, those outfits for like dancing like really scream like these women are gonna get a yeast infection.
Who did? They got it. I wonder who did the music. I dig the music in this movie.
Harold Faltermeyer, who actually did the Beverly Hills Cop, did this.
Is it true that the dudes that did the guys that did Bad Boys for Life is terrific?
I'm looking forward to
I want to see
checking
it big time.
But
apparently those guys are doing Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Yes.
So the same guys.
Yes.
I heard that there's a lot of practical effects in Bad Boys for Life because they apparently they had the budget was like $90 million, so they had to really it looks really good. The action scenes are really good, but it was made cheap.
Yeah, movies like that are. I like that we can say 90 million is made cheap.
It is.
Yeah. But yeah, like a movie like that, there's nothing that CG can really do for it. Cause you're going to have like, unless you're CGing your explosions, which is always obvious.
It's fucking lame.
Yeah.
Unless it's in one of those like, like The Phobe.
Yeah.
Where they've like taken an explosion and then cheaply put it like on top of the parking garage across the street from the bus terminal.
Yeah. The kind of effects you can now download on your phone and just add to your,
Exactly.
add to your home movies.
You got kids making TikTok movies with better fucking special effects.
Oh my God.
You wait until Spielberg gets into TikTok.
I feel like we're really relevant now that you just mentioned TikTok. I've failed to mention TikTok all the time.
On purpose.
Except that Kesha's TikTok is my favorite song ever. Actually,
look at the crazy future earrings.
Yeah. Actually, one of my favorite Simpsons couch gags in like
all fucking day.
I know, they're all exhausted. There's some thick ones in there too.
Oh,
Nice.
you fucking right.
But yeah, one of the Simpsons couch gags was actually like a whole lip sync thing of Kesha's TikTok. And it was quite good actually. It was like I can't remember how many years ago it was. Now it was probably back when that song
what's
was
with his
relevant,
pinky being held out, eh?
I don't know. That's a little fun thing he does. Either that or his hand's broken. Who knows? Nice.
Richard fucking Dawson. So what's the deal with? There must be like some kind of prerequisite where you have to be like a smarmy dick fucker if you're going to be the host of The Feud. Because I heard Steve Harvey's the fucking like the worst motherfucker you've ever met.
Well, a memo came out about him where he was basically like, you're not allowed to speak directly to him unless he's speaking to you, and
you're supposed
all
to
this
bounce
kind
off
of
the
stuff.
wall.
And his defense of that was that like he's like, well, friggin' everybody, if he's like, I'm trying to run this thing and do all this, and he's like, and everybody's always coming up to me, so I just made this rule, blah blah blah, and I don't buy it, but
I don't buy it either. Well, because I heard like he's got like 5 ex-wives, and he was just the worst guy.
Did you see that guy? The way he was like staring off at the thing, and then he had this little flinch when she was like sitting there. I was like, that guy, I feel like that guy was like, somebody was just like, hey, why don't you be in the shot? Why don't you be the guy? And he was like, I'm acting. But yeah.
Maybe they're trying to show that everybody's so into the show that he didn't even notice her come in.
I know. I would like to at the very least think that not all the Family Feud guys, like I feel like Louis Anderson's not a dick.
Oh, I think Ray Park, who was my favorite.
Ray Park? You mean Darth Maul?
Yeah, he was my favorite one.
Darth Maul was your favorite one?
Yeah.
Not Ray Combs?
No, that guy sucked. Okay. Ray Combs was Ray Park.
Yes.
In CG.
Yeah, he was also Ray Parker Jr.
I
in
like
the
this lady.
Ghostbusters theme. I know. Oh yeah, you want tongues? How would he have
love it, eh?
How would he have gotten tongue in a cheek kiss?
So, yeah, I don't know. He's good.
Yeah.
He's like the Tango Muerte. She's impregnated now, even though she's way too old to have babies.
Yeah.
And he's been castrated.
So this show is essentially like a episodic version of The Hunger Games if it was produced by the people who made that music video TV show in The Last Dragon.
Say again?
I was like, this is like an episodic version of The Hunger Games if it were produced by the people who made that, Seventh Heavens show.
Right.
In
this is where they set him up in a pre-package.
I love that it's like, wouldn't you question that? Just like, he's like, wow, how do you have close-ups of all of their faces? It's weird that you have so many cameras in this.
Oh, yeah, so they're trying to say here, like, don't kill all those innocent people. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
I know, eh? Remember, they're...
Ceasefire!
Yeah, it is a...
the people will believe anything, eh?
I know. It would have been better if... I want to make like a... I love that. But it's so easy to actually do this. Like, shit like this happens. You've seen like those deep fakes and stuff like that. Those ones are actually crazy. Have you ever seen like they do the Bill Hader deep fakes when he's doing impressions of people on like Conan or something like that, and then his face changes into that person's face, and you're like, ah!
Whoa. Shocked.
Yeah. Oof. That woman and all her chins were really upset about this.
They just need the reason, eh? The reason.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like, you know what? This movie really actually... I honestly, like, it's silly to say this, I think, but I think this movie was like ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because like all this shit is, oh my, she's like, look at this pussy, this last one you're ever gonna see.
You just spat all
I'm
over
so sorry. I know, I felt it fly too. I just didn't know it really.
You said pussy. You had to make me wet.
And then that girl just like whips her leg up and like, look at this.
Most of these girls are actually Laker girls too, because that's how Paula Abdul was a Laker girl.
Oh, hey, Laker girls.
Yeah. Again, very telling in all the gold. Yeah. I'm trying not to date this too much with too many Lakers comments because again, it's like time has passed since when you hear this.
I'm sure like they really care so much that he's got to have his name on the suit.
Yeah.
Because like when he's running, he might like mix his suits up or something.
Yeah. It's not enough to say get the one who's dressed like a banana.
Well, you know, it's probably for them.
Yeah.
They don't want to get the suit ready and then they put it on Yaphet Kotto.
Oh, good.
Lose a bunch of time.
He'd look terrible in yellow.
All right. Do you remember these guys? Look at the life they're living.
I like that it's all the exact same spot. Standard
And girls.
Tree. I feel bad though. Haddad, who's the only foreign one, is the only one who didn't have any girls on him.
They had to take a break. There's only 2 girls. I don't get like in this world where they can, you know, pull this game off and everything. How do they not know that she was with Ben and now she's broken into their facility so easily?
You had 6 cameras on him when he was in the helicopter.
Yeah,
you don't have one in your building.
They even had a camera in his brain to show like what he was thinking. What he was thinking about was child murder.
Maybe this show's such a big deal that everybody's distracted. It's like they got the camera there, but they're not looking at that camera. They're looking at the show.
True that.
Mm-hmm. Somehow I feel like we could also twist this into like a Bachelor type show as well.
Oh, totally. The Bachelor that like they get ripped apart.
I actually thought of a pretty good Bachelor show. You get a guy who's like an outdoorsy kind of guy or whatever, and then you get a bunch of girls who are just like not necessarily outdoorsy girls.
Right.
It's so awkward the way they're sitting in these tubes. Like that would be the most uncomfortable thing
They've
in
been
the
there
world.
all night.
It looks like they were just both caught shitting their pants.
Well, I would be.
Yeah. So anyways, though, my Bachelor type show. So basically you get all these girls and they come in. So it's a little bit of Survivor, a little bit of The Bachelor. And like they're all just kind of living in this area, but they're all living on the land and getting their own food and all this stuff. And you can just watch like these like New York and LA bitches have meltdowns while they're in the woods, not being fed like fucking sushi.
Right. That's not a bad idea, actually. And they're naked.
And they're definitely as naked and afraid.
Absolutely. Every time I get naked, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Well, I actually pitched the show Naked and Afraid, but the idea was everybody gets naked and then I chase them with a knife.
And a boner.
Yes, because I'm still.
They're more
naked.
terrified of the boner.
Yeah, because it's weird.
Yeah. Just stab me. Get that penis away from me.
There was a guy in the crowd. Actually, there's a few there too.
Yeah, there's your stands for
No,
ya.
but they have the pennants and stuff like that with like names on them and stuff. It's very much a Simpson. Like, you know how Homer's always got a pennant that just says whatever they're about to do. That was an old.
Whoa, did you say I'll be back?
Yeah, he did. And I like that because they can shut it down a little bit. They call it only in a rerun.
Oh, fuck.
Do they rerun these shows? Is there a chance, like, are there two-parters of this? And, like, I need to know a lot more about
I'm
this
sure
show.
that there would be. I'll bet you there'd be an episode where they didn't kill him right away, so then they make it like a thing. You know, they spin it their own way, like, woo, you know?
Yeah. I would love...
Running Man the Ride.
Yeah, there you go. That's not a terrible idea. I would love to see somebody
He's catching up.
do the Hunger Games like they did with... like his Dark Materials or something, like you adapt it for as a TV show for like an HBO or something like that. Because when they describe, like the stuff they describe in the Hunger Games, like in the book, is so much more graphic than you see in the thing. 'Cause
course.
it's like, but like they're talking about, like, now there's obvious stuff they wouldn't be able to show because they're talking about how they cart some of the people out, like during like the opening parade thing, they cart them out naked and stuff like that. And obviously
Right.
these are all under 18 people, so you couldn't do that. But like, I like that it's all just a bunch of like leather daddies.
He just landed in the Blue Oyster.
This is also one of my favorites too. Not only can she find out that he's innocent, they have a file, like they're like, here's
all the raw footage of his innocence. That's what it should say on there.
it might as well proof.
Do not show on television
Yes.
his innocence video.
Don't you do it.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh. Who is it? Who caught her? We'll never know.
So it's her friend.
Yeah.
Look at this. This makes me want to fucking Ralph.
Yeah, that would actually be really amazing. She turns around, she's like, "Hey, what you doing?" "Oh, nothing." "Okay, see you later." And he's got the he had the big like suck back face. That's good.
Oh, I don't know if I'd be able to handle the that's my son. Yay!
He's actually done very little in comparison to the other people in this, and it's kind of like he's got such a like good character face that I find that surprising. But yeah, like most of everything he did was a Western. Even technically Back to the Future 3.
I'm trying to think of what the hell movie I'm thinking of him in.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. They get to guess. They can pick their favorite.
yeah.
Who's your favorite?
Probably
They should do a
Dynamo.
sequel. He's my favorite too.
Oh my God, it was
This is definitely a movie they could redo, but they'd fucking ruin it with all the CG and everything.
no, but again, like
How much? How much does the movie cost?
I don't. Do I have that? I do. The budget was $27 million, which was pretty high for back then. It made $38.1 million. It debuted at number 1. It unseated Fatal Attraction. Other things on there was Prince of Darkness, Like Father, Like Son, Dirty Dancing, and The Princess Bride were all in the top 10.
Is Like Father, Like Son the one with Kirk Cameron and they switch bodies?
I think.
Oh my God. We haven't done a body swap movie yet.
Oh, we'll get it. We'll do a month of body swaps.
And we'll change seats.
Nobody will know
For
about us.
our entire body swap month,
Yeah.
let's switch lives.
Oh, Sub-Zero,
Oh,
baby.
fuck. There he is.
Professor Toru Tanaka. He was a WWF wrestler.
Yep.
He was in a tag team with Mr. Fuji. He was in a lot of movies, though. Revenge of the Ninja, Chattanooga Choo Choo, Missing in Action 2, Shanghai Surprise, Black Rain, Dark Band, The Perfect Weapon, Three Ninjas, and Last Action Hero.
This guy's fucking badass.
Oh,
Oh my God.
man. Yeah, it's like basically...
This is like the background cast of Mortal Kombat.
I was just going to say. I like that the... Whatever that was.
Grab something. There's some food down at you.
Yeah, exactly. I like how do those guys get hired? Like, are those like also like crazy homelesses that are like getting a little side money to be doing this, or are these like guys who are like normal members of society who are like, you have to dress up like the crazies?
They don't have to. That's how they dress now.
Like, are all of these guys stalkers? Like, you see, like there's a lot of locker room people in here. Like, are all those guys people who could have theoretically been picked?
How did these guys meet?
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he was in Predator. He's in this one.
They're both bodybuilders, so they might have met that way. But also Schwarzenegger had been like friendly with,
Jesse.
like Vince McMahon, I think, and stuff like that.
Oh, you know, but I wonder if there's any stories because you never heard them talk about. I wonder if they ever approached Arnold to wrestle or something.
I'm been there. I'm certain of it. Oh, yeah,
he's been there later on, like way after this.
Yeah.
Fucking Vince McMahon, yeah.
So the guy who originally was supposed to direct this was George P. Cosmatos, who did Rambo: First Blood Part 2.
Nice.
He ended up going way over budget. Like I said, he wanted this whole thing taking place in a mall as well. And yet for some reason he managed to go, like he went $1 million over budget, like 10 days into shooting. So they fired him and they replaced him. And like very little of his stuff is actually in this. I guess a few shots are though. But yeah, so he gets replaced by Paul Michael Glaser.
No shit, eh? So what?
Yeah.
Like in the middle, they just fired the guy.
Yeah.
The guy had already started the movie.
Yeah, they had started the movie, but he had gone so over budget, and it was like, I need so much more money, and they didn't like what he was doing anyways, and so yeah, they got rid of him.
Oh, fuck.
Interesting thing too, when Rob Cohen, the producer of this movie, when he purchased the rights to the movie from Richard Bachman, he had no idea Richard Bachman was Stephen King.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So he was like, he basically got himself a Stephen King movie without knowing it.
That's fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. How many people bought the books without knowing it was Stephen King until way later?
Oh, I didn't know. Like, I had read a couple. Like, I think Thinner was Richard Bachman?
Yeah, so is The Regulators.
Yeah.
You know what? That's one that they've never done.
Oh, really?
Is The Regulators. That was like one of the best ones because the ending was killer. Like, a lot of Stephen King is like, once you get to page 4005, it just really starts going downhill.
Yeah.
It's like, buddy, you should have ended this 8,000 pages ago.
I know. Something makes me want to read, what was it? The Dreamcatcher, though, because that's a book that he wrote entirely while he was on OxyContin after being hit by a car.
You can tell.
Yeah, a lot of people have
fucked.
said that. I haven't read a lot of like I read some of the old ones from Stephen King. Then I also read The Talisman and Thinner and The Dark Half.
Shooting
like
urinal
that.
pucks.
Yeah. Those are more, and they do explode like that if you hit them.
They absolutely do.
Because Don Rickles seems to like this. This is really like, see, even back then, game shows were an old person game.
Yeah, even if it's about death, right?
You know what I'd like to do? Do a sketch of this, but have those three guys who are just on the Jeopardy Greatest of All Time tournament. Did you see that?
Oh no, I knew of it, but I didn't watch it.
Did you hear the trash talk? It was one of my favorite trash talk things I've ever seen. So they got three guys who are basically like the longest running winners and the biggest money winners
and that
of all
smarmy
time.
bastard was there, right? That guy that was there for like 8 years.
Yeah, but like Ken Jennings is the first one to really do it, and he was there, and he's the guy I like. He's actually quite funny and like really witty and stuff. Then there's the one guy who's kind of like got a shitty attitude, but the best part is basically after the one round, the two guys had a ton of money, and the one guy had ended with zero for that round. Like they counted up. Oh, that was a good one.
Oh yeah.
But he's like they counted up all the rounds.
What is he?
They slit his throat, but his gloves were probably shooting blood as the.
Oh, was that supposed to be coming out of his neck?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, because
That's why
I
he was
always
covering his
wondered
neck.
about that. I always thought like he pulled his adenoids out or something.
Yeah.
Like when he was grabbing his neck, he pulled like something out. Anyway, okay, what were you saying?
But they were. I lost what I was saying. This is the most confusing of all of his lines. Here is Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero. Like there had to have been a better line for that.
Well, okay. Well, you could say something about being because they're in the ice. He's like he's cold dead now.
Yeah, like anything like that. Yeah, you're getting colder. What was I talking about? That when you fucking interrupted?
I did not interrupt.
You sort of did.
Slightly.
Yeah. Well, I was like, you interrupted in that you started talking about something completely different.
No, I don't.
Otherwise, I would remember.
I don't do that kind of thing.
Nah. Oh well.
We were talking about. What the fuck were you? Somebody call in.
Yeah,
Tell us what we were talking about.
Come on, this isn't live. This is 3 months in the past now. But yes, we have to move on to the next place because they guess
snake. What is that?
Yeah.
They're gonna steam us like vegetables.
They really like lay the lines on in this one too. He was a real pain in the neck.
Oh my god, he's got it. Whoa.
Like what happens? Like how can he have breaks during this? Like, isn't this alive?
They're
but
in
you wouldn't go to your
between-
office and
well,
have
now
like a
it's
powder.
in a boring part because they're in between their little arenas or whatever. So they're probably it's in the middle, right? He's not going to stand out there the whole goddamn time. This isn't a fucking telethon. This is the goddamn Running Man.
It is the Running Man. So we can go back
You
to
think the phones would have been better, right? It's still some old landline.
well, yeah. You would assume everything's like, what the hell are you doing? Todd just decided to come and visit me over at my mic for a minute. So yeah, anyways, so talking more about the box office and stuff. Week 2, it stayed number 1. Re-release of Cinderella came out. Flowers in the Attic, Nuts, and Teen Wolf 2 came out all that week. Went down to number 5 the next week when 3 Men and a Baby, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles both came out. Stayed number 5 because there were no new movies the next week. Then it went down to number 9 when Throw Mama from the Train and Wall Street came out. Empire of the Sun also came out this week, but it was way down the list.
Right. The Spielberg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was knocked out of the top 10 when Eddie Murphy's Raw, Batteries Not Included, and Overboard, and Leonard
Raw-
Part 6 were released.
Raw was in theaters?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then also released, but were also not in the top 10, Moonstruck and Broadcast News.
Broadcast News.
Can you imagine, though, movies that are like so well known nowadays that weren't in the top 10?
Right.
Like you have like the indies or something like that. That's a bit of a different story and they get their press kind of a different way. But you don't get like movies like that anymore. And it's like, oh, it debuted number 12. It's no, if that happened, you'll never hear about that movie.
Well,
They'll hide them.
As time goes on, people start watching movies. Oh my God, there he is. This guy's the fucking man.
So the only sad thing, so his name's Erlen Van Lith. That's the actual like actor's name. He was in Alone in the Dark. He was in Stir Crazy. He actually died 2 months before this movie came out.
Oh.
So yeah, he had.
Is he doing his own opera?
He plays a singer in another one. So that is, I believe he is actually a singer. Yes.
Oh, look at there is a lot of old people, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that never changed apparently. Oh. We were talking about Jeopardy. That was the thing. So anyways,
Good call. Nicely done.
Yeah, so they restarted all of the, like, basically at the end of every episode, they would, like, accumulate all their winnings from the previous episodes, and then they'd go back to 0 for the next one.
Right.
So he's like, let's restart to 0, and the one guy was already at 0, so the other guys to restart, and then the one, the smarmy one, looks over and he's like, you didn't change his score. And I was like, oh, you cold bitch. Like, that was amazing. Oh.
He was the guy that like, what's his name? Oh yeah, now they caught her.
Yeah.
Does she have her name on her suit? Like they just found her.
Yeah, it was
like
good.
Man, their stitcher, their suit person's real good.
Well, it's probably just like a quick, like one of those like print stitch things, and they just sew that on really quick. It's doable. It's just amazing. I just like that they have it in every size. Like it's not like a phrenology thing where you're like, you have the shape of a killer, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, we got every shape and size. We're ready for this. I actually
She cheated on college exams.
I know. Had sexual relations with 2, sometimes 3 men in a year.
What a slut.
Yeah, it is pretty gross. I'm masturbating to it right now. I'm so disgusted.
I'm sure. I'm so disgusted with your masturbation disgust that I'm masturbating.
Yes. I like that announcer. He's like got the cigarette in there. He reminds me of like a Prairie Home Companion, like Garrison Keillor kind of thing.
What the fuck is that?
It's an old radio show kind of thing.
I'm like, oh my Lord.
And so ends the time. I actually saw on online they had sleds that looked almost identical to those. I think they were like fully like inflatable,
Right.
but it was like had like a roll cage on it and stuff. I would buy that in a heartbeat if I could find one.
I noticed the first time they're going through, maybe they'll show Maria Conchita Alonso again.
Yeah.
But there's one of those mirrors in there as if the things go 2 ways. You know what I mean? There's like like you're going 8,000 miles an hour. I don't think you're too concerned with who's around the corner.
Maybe it's for safety when people are like going up them doing safety inspections.
That's really good, actually. That is really fucking good.
There we go.
That's good. That's good, actually. That's the kind of shit
I guarantee you they didn't think about
when
that.
I watch no, fuck no. When maybe they got to shoot the things back up through. Maybe it's got like a reverse because they want the carts back.
Yeah, that would make sense. It's a
this
lot
is
of
like
wasted money.
There she is again.
Oh, it is totally her. Yes.
I told you, man. I fucking knew that hair.
I'm forgetting her name off the top of my head. I gotta remember.
I like her
it now.
She's in all the Conjuring universe now. She's in a bunch of the.
She was in mostly like those kind of movies at the beginning of her career and stuff, and she did some other work similar to that. I gotta find her name. Lynn Shay is her name. I couldn't remember it for the life of me, but it's back.
Oh fuck! Mm-hmm. I like that they got this guy who's figuring out this camera stuff, like the
I like we can hide from their cam. Once again, there were at least 4 cameras in that helicopter. Like you would think that these
on his face.
You would think that these walls would be made of cameras.
Yeah. Now in the new one, he should have punched her 5 times before even noticing that it was her.
She said her. Oh yeah, she does have her name, Mendez. Put on there. See, he reached back for a boob. There's no.
He definitely did.
like I feel like that was like an awkward conversation between him and Maria Shriver after. He's like, no, I wasn't going for a boob. She's like, it was obvious to everybody.
It's supposed to push her out of the way of the camera lights.
Yeah. She could have been caught. You know, this wasn't real life, right? Her breasts are really nice. I mean, it was real life.
Yeah. Oh, the titty grab was real life. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
As an Austrian, I only like, he's like, I tried to get away from the Nazi thing and I only go for girls of color.
They should have, okay, so if this was like The Running Man on Netflix, where you'd have to do like a whole season, I would slightly change it, where, I mean, maybe not, but Arnold would be in it, and he's out in the zone still. So whoever stars in the new Running Man will run into Arnold, who will help them navigate like maybe he could be the guy in their ear, you know, like or something.
That would be cool.
Like the big, you know, like when they found Deckard in 2049 there, whatever the fuck that was called.
You know what would be interesting, actually? I wouldn't mind seeing like a show version of this, but the entire show is just the actual Running Man show. So you're watching the drama like unfold as if you were watching it on like you were watching the actual TV show. So you didn't see any of this other background stuff or anything like that. You just like, so it comes out, it would come off a little more satire-y instead.
That's cool. This movie's a big satire anyways, it feels like.
Yeah. Well, like the one side is, but then you get to the like gritty side that's like, this is the truth type thing. I would love to just have the whole thing, the entire thing feel very,
like RoboCop commercials.
Well, but you'd have commercial breaks in it and all that too, right? So, like, I think that would be a really fun way to do this.
Like, I meant like the commercials that were in RoboCop.
Yes,
like that kind of shit, or like the news and would you like to see more?
But yeah, like literally the entire thing would have like just that propaganda kind of feel. Like,
would you like to see less?
No,
like
less clothes? Yeah.
Who loves you and who
Damon, are we under him right now?
Yeah, he's calling you moms.
I feel like they really didn't like each other. I have no basis.
These two?
Yeah, I have nothing to base that on. I just really feel like that was the case. Like
why? Why do you say that?
I feel like Yaphet Kotto is like a super pro, and they just get in like the hot guy.
Literally, when you said that they don't get along, I would have said the same thing. Like, Yaphet Kotto is probably a consummate professional, an actor's actor, and then he's in this movie with Arnold, where he's like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy looks like he's about to have a raging diarrhea heart attack any minute.
I know. But it almost reminds me of like how somebody probably must have felt like when they wrestled Goldberg in the early days.
Oh,
it's like,
God.
I wrestled for like 17 years in like friggin' like, you know, in Georgia pro wrestling or whatever. And then I come here and then I was like a jobber for 4 years. And then I finally got to like be a tag team champion, like just by luck. And he's like all this kind of craziness. And he's like, and now Goldberg shows up and he's going to beat me in 5 seconds.
5 seconds. Oh yeah. A lot of people are dirty about that.
Yeah.
There's a dude, Wicked guy. He used to be a UFC dude. His name's Matt Riddle. And he's always talking shit about Goldberg and Brock Lesnar.
Oh, really?
And apparently at the Royal Rumble weekend,
Yeah.
there's backstage news of that because somebody was all, you know, Brock Lesnar was all pissed off at him. And they kind of punished him, which is hilarious. Because that's all Vince. Because you know Triple H was backstage going like, keep saying shit. Keep saying shit about Lesnar and blah, blah, blah. And then Vince is like, you can't make fun of my baby Lesnar. You know, like, who cares? The guy makes fucking $8 trillion a year to show up for 5 seconds.
Yeah, I know. It's bananas. You would think like
suck it up, dude.
I feel like wrestling is just because it's not as hot as it was like in its real, like the Attitude Era and stuff like that. I feel like they're making less money and should be not giving people like such gigantic salaries like they were then.
I will disagree with you. They are more popular than ever. They make more money than they've ever made.
Is that true?
Absolutely.
Okay, this is my ignorance showing.
Fox gave them $1 billion just to be on Fox. USA Network gave them. They are making way more money than they have ever made. Saudi Arabia gives them bazillions dollars to show up for 3 shows a year.
Saudi Arabia bought them. They sold their soul to Saudi Arabia. They are making
so much fucking money. It is crazy.
Well, this is why I have you, because I literally did not know any of that information.
They just did a cool thing where Vince is getting nervous. They wrestle way too many days, and AEW has a really light schedule, so he just lightened up the load a little bit.
Oh, nice.
So they work a lot, because apparently they don't make a lot of money off of live events, like not a lot of profit. So he's like, fuck it, I'll give the guys a bunch of days off now, and now they'll be happier and they'll want to stay and blah blah blah.
Well, realistically too, and especially when you have all these separate people, do a house show each.
Well, they did this thing. I'm thinking of they should have like an off season.
Yeah, it reminds me very much. Or you give guys breaks, like you give them,
because you can't have the same guys you oversaturate them and shit, right? Like it's because then a guy comes back and you're like, oh, it's winter, boom, this guy's back. You're like, fucking A.
Yeah. Well, that was like when you were talking about that Edge return, and I saw that video and stuff like that. It's like the guy was gone for 9 years, and everybody remembers when it's WWE. Yeah, when it's wrestling, man.
They have a good, you can say a lot about the people that watch wrestling, especially me.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean, like whatever, like their mental capacity, but they sure can remember fucking 85 years ago what happened. Let me tell you, very loyal, good people. I remember when I went to that wrestling event at the Rico Coliseum, it was like awesome.
Yeah.
I sat up at the top. We had seats, but like they at the very top, they have like this, it goes all the way around with these little tables. Yeah. And I sat up there with all the handicapped kids and man, just seeing them so happy. And I was just, I was so with them. I was like,
I used to love going to those. Well, you and I went to a SummerSlam the one time in Toronto.
I've never seen SummerSlam.
We saw SummerSlam in Toronto.
No, it must have been a house show or something.
No, I've never been to a house show in Toronto. It was definitely SummerSlam. It was I think it was Undertaker and Bradshaw were like the limo match or whatever. He like put him down through the limo. Yeah, I've never gone to wrestling with anybody else.
How do I not remember this?
I have no idea. I'll look up the SummerSlam because like it was.
I've only been to a couple wrestling events, and I'm surprised if that's true.
Yeah.
You probably wanted the cardboard cutter to myself. Oh my God.
Because we sat in the very last row in the Air Canada Center.
Oh, no. I remember because I had to take a shit so badly when we were in there.
Yeah, I got to find it. It wasn't the 2019 one.
I do remember sitting at wrestling with you, though, but I don't know if it was SummerSlam.
Yeah, God damn it.
Look at this, like Jericho's jacket.
I'll find it later because it's kind of we're wasting time.
That's what we always do. That's what my life is.
That's fair.
Hold on a second. I gotta take this goddamn sweater off. It's getting hot.
Oh no.
This running's getting hot.
Todd's de-sweatering and now I'm getting hot. We can talk about the people who were going to be in this movie. Dolph Lundgren, Christopher Reeve were both up for, they expressed interest in being the character.
Christopher Reeves?
Yeah. Patrick, I could see Christopher Reeve doing this, actually.
I could see him as the guy with the glasses.
Yeah, there you go. Well, no, this is everybody for Ben Richards. Oh. Superman's not going to take the third male guy.
He's already Superman at this point.
Yeah. Right? And Patrick Swayze had been considered for the role.
Too sexy.
Yeah, he ended up deciding not to do it because he was going to do Roadhouse. Don Johnson was in talks to star.
He was great in Knives Out.
He was really good in Knives Out, eh? But he decided to stay on Miami Vice and not leave the show.
Oh, look at him, runs right through. They're starting to cheer for Ben now, baby. He's turning it. This is like the idea. This is kind of my ripoff idea. It's sort of like my idea is like the Running Man mixed with the Warriors.
Oh yeah, okay.
Where it's like a the future. There's everything's corrupt and shitty, and it's this guy who I thought about it taking place in Toronto, and you know there's like zones.
Yeah.
That are safe, zones that are bad.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, you'd have to go way out of your way to get home because you can't cut through this zone.
Yes.
And this guy's walking and it's super late at night and he notices this lady standing right at the edge of one of the zones, staring into like the park.
Okay.
And he goes over to her and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And then she's sort of just like, I can't do this anymore.
Oh.
Like, I can't do this. I'm cutting through. I'm sick of this shit. And she goes through and he's like, fuck you, lady. And then, she starts screaming and he's like torn and he's like, fuck it. And then that's the starting of it when he goes in after her. And it's just them trying to cut through all the zones. But there's drone cameras around. So they're watching the whole thing so that the people, it's just like this essentially. Yeah. And then the people are starting to root for them and more people are watching. Yeah. And then, it kind of goes from there.
Can I burst your bubble just a little bit? They already did that. It's called Degrassi Junior High.
Oh, no. That's how Drake got in that wheelchair.
I wonder how many people actually really know that, like who know Drake. That was some good murder.
Oh, he just took two out.
He didn't
He's
murder
like, did you
him.
miss me?
That would be amazing if he did. He's like, oh.
What's crazy is the one guy who lives is the guy who died.
Ooh.
Isn't that weird?
That's not weird.
Whoa, she got turned on by that.
Yeah, I like
his empathy.
See, where was that camera? It was like right above the dude's head. That's what I'm saying is they've decided to be very choosy about where cameras are in this.
Oh, plus I got split in half.
That was something I've never seen. A Native American in a movie that wasn't like specifically a Native American, like doing something.
There's like Jim Carrey.
Nice. But more important, we just saw Jim Brown. This is the weirdest he ever looked.
I know, he looks cool though. I like Jim Brown.
He looks more badass in like Any Given Sunday, which was like 20 minutes later. This is one of the worst I'm dying speeches that's ever happened. I'm going somewhere, but not with you. Killian took care of my arrangements.
My boarding pass to the afterlife has been clipped and I'm on my way.
I've chosen the fish as my meal.
I said here that we watched all the last meals of all these guys.
Oh God, yeah. We were watching
how the fuck does he know this?
Well, the other guy told him. They've just
what a
lived,
waste.
like they had a plan together.
Die.
I know.
Why couldn't they switch it around and Arnold dies and Yaphet Kotto is the hero?
Wouldn't that would be like executive decision?
Yep.
That was a legit mind blower at that time.
I really liked that movie.
It was fun, yeah. It was more fun
I like
when he was
Kurt
dead.
Russell's like stressed face.
Yeah, he does get
He
stressed.
fucking kicks it right out of the park.
Yeah. It's weird because it's like it's a very weird role for him because usually he's got like that kind of aloof thing or that super charming thing and he's kind of
Right.
I don't know what I'm doing. Like he's very fish out of water in that. Like even Big Trouble in Little China where he clearly doesn't know what he's doing. He's still like, hey, I've got this.
I love that. I fucking love Jack Burton.
He's like the Zach Morris of that movie. Who, by the way, in
Time out.
Yeah, they're doing like one of those like sequel reboot kind of things for
sequel, reboot, prequel.
Well, you know how like
minisodes.
Fuller House and The Con, like all those kind of things. Well, they're doing one for Saved by the Bell, and in it you find out that Zach Morris is the governor of California, and apparently he's been shutting down like a lot of schools, like low performing schools, and now all of those people are starting to move into the high performing schools. One of them being Bayside, and that's like
that's the idea.
That's kind of the impetus of the whole.
And he gets demoted and has to be the principal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. What's this?
The coffee that I'm steeping in Todd right now is ready. Not steeping.
Oh,
that's tea.
That's steeped, bro. Steeped.
See, once again, I need to know what's happening on TV right now because they're obviously not showing. I know.
I fucking love that.
I know, that was
That's
great.
what I say to my girlfriend every night before we go to bed.
Love you, hon.
Really. Smile out.
But what are they showing on television at that exact moment? Like, were they doing, like, are they playing like video packages or something? Like,
What do you think of working at a TV network?
Okay.
Like, what are they doing in the in-between things? Probably ads.
I was gonna say but you wouldn't think he can't be going to his
because
office.
they're watching the whole time.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like it must be like video package, like highlight things, or like we're watching replays or like any of that stuff, because it's like unless they're doing like 15 minutes of commercials between every segment, because like he keeps going back to his office and like having a smoke and a break. I'm like, you don't have that much time. You'd barely be off stage if
Because
anything.
he's not even here right now.
Yeah.
Right? He's probably got it in his contract.
Yeah.
That he's going. When these guys walk on, maybe it's to get these guys get their own stage when they come out.
Hello.
I mean, how long do they sit here for? Are the tickets free?
They
Oh,
might
fuck.
be.
The cardboard guy.
Yeah.
Woo, thank God
This
he
is
had a flamethrower.
This is a little known fact is that Arnold Schwarzenegger is made exclusively out of cardboard. I want to be in this place. That's like be in the locker room.
He's feeling it. He knows. He's like, here we go.
Oh, I know. See, it's really funny to me. Oh, so good. The old school. I would love to do a prequel to this and have like the original.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Like the first
when they
people.
were young and when it first started.
They're actually they're making. Speaking of all that, they're making a Hunger Games prequel right now.
I don't think
the book's coming out.
I'm glad that you said that because I forgot to say my fucking comment before when we were talking about Hunger Games.
Yeah.
I don't think any movie series died with a whimper as well as that did.
Yeah,
It was so good in the beginning, and once that one came out where the whole thing was just them trying to like gussy her up and put her in the ads, I was like, this is the dumbest movie.
Yeah.
And then the next one had no oomph to it. I was like, these movies are garbage.
The book was kind of like that too. It was just kind of like I like the idea of it, but like its execution was really weird. And then like just the way they decided to do everything, just like everything just kind of ends. Like even like the scenes like when the bomb goes off and kills her sister, and then it's just kind of, and then that's what that happened, and then you're like she wakes up. It's kind of like the way The Hobbit does you when like friggin' Bilbo gets knocked out and he wakes up and he's like, "What'd you miss?" "Oh, everything that would have been amazing for us to be talking about." Like,
They're like, what? You can choose Ben Richards?
Yeah. I've talked about it before, but The Hobbit has that scene with Gandalf is the biggest fuck you to any book reader. He's like, "So what did I miss?" "Oh, the war's over now. The whole battle's over. You were unconscious during the whole thing. Where have you been this whole time?" "I've been doing something way cooler than what you've been up to." It was like, you would
They
love.
should have showed me.
Yeah, you would love to read a book about that. Holy shit. And I'm just like, what are you doing to me? And then they really didn't do much different in the movie, except they showed what Gandalf was up to. But like in the movie he gets
He was
knocked
hanging
up.
out on the mountaintop.
He gets knocked out and then he wakes up and his Gandalf's there and he's like, "Oh,
fire guy."
you missed it, bad boy."
At the call center today, I was walking through, and I'm not for lunchtime. This big conversation started about like The Hobbit, and I was like, "That movie blows."
Yeah.
And then everybody in the place was like, "No, it was. It's not that bad." Blah blah. And then when I was, because if you want water,
Yeah. If you want water, you have to
want
argue
water,
about The Hobbit.
you have to go like way to the other side of the building.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And then when I was walking through the call center itself, they were showing Lord of the Rings.
Oh, really?
And I was like, what? I wonder if they're always got like Lord of the Rings on loop, so now everybody's like, drink the Kool-Aid, Well, that's the Kool-Aid I want to fucking drink. I drank that Kool-Aid a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. We're going to do those movies again.
Oh my fuck, I wish.
Yeah.
I could totally go for them again.
Yeah. The Hobbit has good stuff in it.
It does.
But
I
it's
agree.
got,
Like Smaug and
yeah, but there's just so much other stuff that I just don't care about. I don't care about virtually anything that the other dwarves are up to.
I know that's the problem. Like if they were gonna make 3 movies out of one tiny little book, like they should have given them more stuff.
It should have been 2 movies.
Yeah, and like it was. I don't know. I felt like a couple of them should have died.
Yeah.
Don't you think a couple of them would have went? Like, geez.
Yeah, theoretically.
Like fuck.
Yeah, it's a war where there's 5 armies and then like 13 dwarves.
Yeah, and all of them make it.
And then we're the survivors.
I'm sure he could probably hit them from there.
Yeah. Yes.
That thing shoots pretty goddamn
Yeah.
far. He was like right behind them before.
He's never looked older in any movie than this one, and he's made movies like upwards of 40 years after this one.
I wonder if they got along.
I imagine
Jim and
so.
Arnold. You know what? Okay, here's my justification. If you cannot run and shoot a flamethrower.
Flamethrower.
It shoots frames, picture frames.
Well, I guess it would be like if you were spraying like bug spray
That's
and running
right.
forward.
And you'd walk right into the.
Good thinking, man.
Yeah.
Good think. We are kind of at the top of our game for smartness when both of us
smartness like that.
I tried.
Like that statement.
We found the title of this episode.
That was so fucking perfect.
What the fuck?
Do you think if you wore one of these for Comic-Con that they would that somebody would know? Somebody would get it.
Oh, people would get it. Under no circumstances are you going to find me because my tits are bigger than hers. Currently.
They're way more glorious.
Mine
They're
are-
less hairy though.
Todd, no word of a lie on the trip into our place today. Got a good fistful of my tit, and we had
I forgot about that
weird
I forgot about the rape that happened.
Me Too moment. And then it was weird because right afterwards he started walking with a walker and going, I couldn't. He's like, I am innocent because I'm
Oh my God!
You
Does
been watching?
anybody fall for that shit?
nobody.
Like I'm
not
sure
with him.
he's like, how could I rape when I'm so fragile?
And that's what they're doing. Well, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make them feel so bad for him. Another thing, so they keep.
Oh my God! Shut up!
Okay, I have two problems with this. Two huge problems. Problem one, okay, we've already seen that they keep their evidence around for everything as they had in that weird video evidence room. They've also kept the dead bodies of all the other people. And then the third part to it, which is really like part two of this second problem, is that there's video footage of this later on. Where are the cameras in this evidence room?
They're essentially wherever they want to be.
And why is there a locker room in the middle of this place, like in case you want to like freshen up?
Yeah.
You're gonna get
Oh
a shot.
fuck.
Whoa. Yeah, she's dead.
Oh shit.
This is basically the Boba Fett scene in
Return of the
of
Jedi? Yep. There they are.
That one last season. Oh. He is a man. I always have so much respect for him. He's one of the only players who really had this. He never missed a game due to injury.
Never.
And he had a long career. Go. But like, look at how old he looks. He looks like
Well,
he's
because
fucking
it's
like.
the gray in his hair and everything. They're holding them up.
I think it's also the lack of like a goatee or something like that. Like he looks like when you see like really old retired players, and I guess it makes sense because he's a really old retired player. But but when you see that and then you look at like the young picture of him, but then it's like some of them you look at like Jerry Rice or something like that. Looks like he could still friggin' play because he's got a goatee. Throw a goatee on him, everybody looks young. They either look young or like they're evil twin.
Yes.
One or the other. Captain Free.
Okay, so in our remake,
I like that he was prepared for this.
well, because he knew he saw it coming from a mile away.
I know.
Once he started seeing them getting killed, he took his fucking boner pill
Yeah.
and he's ready to go.
I actually feel bad now. Well, I don't really need to feel bad for him. He doesn't actually get killed in
I
this.
know, right?
But
he's at Comic-Con.
He's at but I mean, no, but he doesn't even get killed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but to my knowledge, his character doesn't even get killed in this. But like, I feel bad for the character because like he is like he treats this like a thing of honor. He's like, I'm doing justice and all that. I don't like gimmicks. And I want to see that. I want to see that prequel stuff. Death and honor.
They should have it would be nice. Okay, so like in ours, I think that the fights should be longer.
Uh-huh.
The episode should be named after whatever guy's going after him that episode.
That would be great.
And he'll not have been told that these people don't actually get away.
Yeah.
And he'll join Arnold.
That'd be interesting.
Because like he's all about the honor, and then once he finds out that they're not living up to their end of the, for some reason, like they kept him in the dark with all that. You know, they throw the drugs, the women, the money at him. He doesn't pay any attention.
That guy. I was like, that was me. They had it's always me now. You haven't done it in ages. It's been me constantly. I like how they just had some random effeminate guy just sitting there like,
It's the future.
Yeah. In the future, we're accepting of gay people unless they're in your way.
Oh my God! Like in every other movie, Arnold will just rip the door off that fence there. But you know,
This reminds me of the
picked up a
line.
car.
I love the. I like that they had choreography for if all their guys died.
They're ready to go.
They are prepared for everything. It's kind of like how like CNN has that end of the world video that they keep like updating every now and again.
Imagine you're the guy that makes that video.
Oh.
Like, God, I hope they show my video one day. You know? Why can't it just be the apocalypse?
Yeah, Kurt Fuller, man, he just made a living just being sweaty.
This is what you do.
Yeah.
setting up all these videos,
I've done similar
setting
things.
up murders.
This is basically how we make our videos.
Yeah.
The stunt guy, actually, we were talking about that stunt guy who was on,
Oh my God,
Yeah.
look at this.
yeah, but the stunt guy who was on, what's it called? Who did that special who was doing all the stunts and stuff. That's the stunt man who he fights in the ring there.
Oh my God, now he's going to have to rumble Mick Fleetwood.
Yeah. I like that they're also right there.
I know, right? The resistance is like...
We trapped you. And no. He looks
how
like a
did they
legit
hire
wizard.
Mick Fleet, like how were they like, you know what would be perfect for this?
Yeah.
Mick Fleetwood.
You know what this is? This to me screams I'm a huge fan of Fleetwood Mac and I'd love to meet them.
Right.
Like that's what you do here is like he'd look like a good whatever. And he's like, and you know who else I like? I like Frank Zappa. Well, we've already got an old weird guy in this.
Oh yeah, where was he? Where's
no,
he at?
he's not. Dweezil's in
Oh,
this.
Dweezil, yeah. That's right, Dweezil's
Yeah.
his son. Have we seen him yet?
Yeah, there's a quick shot. You'll see him.
I'm sure he gets a credit like that.
He's
for
got
having,
like
oh,
he's got like
jeez.
2 lines. Yeah, that was pretty rough.
Dear God. Holy fuck.
But yeah, it's like
You're
this
gonna
is.
kill a woman for honor?
Of course you would. Well, she's a criminal. He's doing justice.
That's right. That's right.
So I get it.
Oh my God. Oh. Yep. Oh my God, she's so dead.
Well, their troubles are over. He legitimately looks like fucking like Dumbledore if he was like in an apocalypse movie. I'm reading all the Harry Potters with my daughter right now. It's kind of funny because as I've been doing that, I saw a tweet from Patton Oswalt. It was literally his wife walked in as he was just finishing reading the books to his daughter. I was like, what a good moment. And I was like, that's my like favorite parenting kind of stuff.
I like Patton Oswalt. He seems like such a good dude.
Well, I like that every year when they say there's not going to be an Oscar host, every celebrity comes out and says Patton should be the Oscars host. He'd be perfect.
Oh, they do?
Everybody
he
does.
should. What the fuck?
He'd be amazing because he's in no way controversial, which is what they're always afraid of. He's funny as shit. He knows movies. Like there's no bad side.
Well, he's up on his pop culture and everything too, right? He knows.
Yeah. Can I put this to you?
Oh.
You don't spear tackle somebody into a thing of spikes because then you go into the thing of spikes.
So, yeah, come on.
Like he would have just went head first into a spike.
No, that's when you just like then the guy because you think I've got him.
Yeah.
And then he grabs you and tries to pull your face onto the spike. Right? Like,
Oh, I know. See that you could have done something.
Well, you're dead now. So what? Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you don't understand. But the other thing too, you're gonna watch them like take his like CG face off of the stuntman face. I'm like, why was that necessary? See?
Oh, so they actually just killed some guy
Yeah.
just for the.
Watch, so now they're taking his face off. So this is the stuntman who you see in that, like the special and stuff. Like I said, he is his stuntman in Terminator. He's the guy who's on the bike.
No way.
And stuff like that. But it's just funny to me. It's like, oh, okay, we've killed that guy. Now we have to remove his fake face off so then everybody can see it's a real guy, like another guy.
Right.
It's just they love leaving evidence. Although
yeah, they do love leaving evidence.
although it screams very like Trump White House to me. It's like everybody's like, look, we're showing you everything that we're doing, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's Dweezil.
It's the Dweez.
Oh wait, I might be wrong. I know he's a little baby in this. He's only got like 2 lines.
Wait,
though.
is there a Fleetwood Mac song on the soundtrack? Maybe that's why they wanted him.
Interesting. I'll look that up right now. I don't think so, but
You can go your own way.
that would be a good one. The Running Man soundtrack. Who's on?
Like
this?
how long is the audience there for?
Yeah, that's what
Like
I'm saying.
my
Like,
God.
see, look at the credits. that
Oh,
are
it's
in the
over
thing.
now. Technically, it's
Yes.
over.
Look at the credits that were on there. It was like,
Do-re-mi.
yeah, and there was the graphics by Type 'em Wrong.
Oh,
Yeah,
here we go.
the soundtrack. There's no like songs. It's all score by Harold Faltmeyer.
So, like, because now in the rest of the movie, shouldn't the crowd be gone?
One would assume that's a fan. Oh no, I think they are because I think when he confronts him and they're back at the thing, I think the studio's empty.
Oh, because I remember them showing. Oh yeah, because maybe they are gonna. It's the people on the street that are like reacting and stuff.
I like that they had spare clothes with their sizes.
Ooh.
That looks like the Han Solo gun a little bit.
Oh my god! at least
Oh
they
no,
got
they're
a
still there.
Yeah.
Or they
Maybe
do
it's like a game, like they film multiple episodes.
yeah, or he's just like, we're filming the intro to this one, because I remember being at like a talk show and they're like, oh, we got to film the intro for like somebody who's going to be on tomorrow or something like that, or
Right.
somebody who was on yesterday. We got to redo the intro. So he's like, yeah, this is one. And he's just going to start talking about some random guy.
You know, I was thinking about that idea that I had for that movie, and you know what I mean? It's like all these other movies mixed together. I don't even care anymore about ripping something off. Everything's a fucking rip off of something else if you really look into it.
You know what? It's kind of like, you know, when you have that thing where you're like, oh yeah, there's this new band. It's like, oh yeah, what are they like? Oh, it's like if this band was this band kind of thing.
Yeah. Or like Greta Van Fleet. Holy
Yeah.
jeez. Oh my God. I want to be the guy who like does their laundry after. Just sniff the crotch of those fucking things all night.
Ugh.
You like panties?
Well, like,
Like smelling them?
no.
What are you, gay?
Yeah.
See, we're watching an 80s movie. We can't get any little ladies. If you don't do what I'm like to do, no matter how freaky you do, you're gay.
And for what it's worth, I definitely don't mind being personal and stuff on this thing, but what a weird question to ask somebody. I gave you the honest answer, but holy shit, what a weird question to ask somebody.
Always looking at their crotches.
I know, I was looking at their crotches, and all I could think is, hey, do you sniff panties, Joe?
Want to sniff mine? That's where I was going with
Oh,
it.
okay. Well, you can put it up to my nose and just, it's... Yeah. I like that. Is he taking like a studio call? Because you can't hear the other side. Is he taking a personal call, or can you just not hear studio calls? I would love that version of studio calls here. Oh, we're getting a call right now. Hello? Oh, yes, Mr. Obama. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm glad this show makes you horny.
Yes.
Oh, this is when you get
here
there.
we go.
Killian is lying to you. What?
He's lying.
I like that none of these people assumed something was like all the people who are like in the like the homeless especially, like they're not assuming something's wrong. Oh, there's no proof that
I know,
that's
like, well,
again,
clearly, if this crowd will believe that everybody they see is a monstrous criminal, they will believe whatever comes on this television.
It's on the screen.
You're right. It is very Simpsons, right? Where they just
there's a camera outside the thing in this security version.
Don't you know that whenever the government sends out people to murder innocents, they film it from all angles?
Yeah. I feel like everything should just be like in a world where all these cameras actually exist, you shouldn't even be able to see the actors through all the drone cameras that are floating around them. Like it's just
Right.
You just hear Arnold Schwarzenegger yelling in the background, but you just hear like
And all you see is it's just a wall of drones.
yeah. Oh, so yeah, that was Dweezil Zappa. What a horrible line.
He probably was practicing that for like a month.
He probably like calls Frank and Moon Unit Zappa. And he's like, and Ahmet
Why
Zappa.
didn't you name your kids Moon
that was-
Zappa, baby?
They just showed a POV shot from Schwarzenegger. He has a camera in his eye. Like this is what.
Ooh. It's
like
true,
the-
right? Like,
yeah.
how the fuck, like...
I like the light jog in too. We have no.
Just
Nobody.
start blasting the audience.
Again, like, people who are so into violence for entertainment, they did not react nearly. Like a bunch of dudes came in with guns, and everybody's like, "Whoa, what's going on over here?"
I think it's all part of the show.
Crazy. Yeah, exactly. I guess that would be a thing too. That's like
Has that got like a scope on it?
yeah. Well, that's
It's like
what
an
I'm saying.
Uzi with a scope.
Yeah, that's why I was saying it looks very similar to the Han Solo's blaster.
It does, actually.
Big, like it's except Uzi form. What was funny?
Whoa.
He
Aren't you going to take your gear off, bro? Like,
he looks like the grown-up version of like a kid bully in another movie.
oh, God.
I misremembered that. I thought he went like, oh, when he got kicked in.
Now he goes a higher octave.
Yeah.
She just saved his career. I like that the Uzi has an Uzi is a weapon. Remember from
He's going to rape him.
you're
he's
supposed
going
to
rape her.
spray, just shoot, aim and spray.
Oh, in
Aim and spray.
yeah, Fear of a Black Hat.
Yeah, like you can't
He goes-
hold an Uzi, up to your ear. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. There's virtually no gun you can do that with. Oh,
a
that's
rifle.
actually when he died. No, but but like I'm saying, like you like a handheld gun like that. They've all got like this kick. You can't put your eye
you
up
can't
to
be
it.
like, and because the Uzi doesn't, it does not like a, it's not like a precision shooting device. It just kind of jiggles around.
Yeah,
Like I know everything about Uzis.
You know enough. That's the see. There's what happening? Maybe that's one thing about the future is people like just are super slow to react. Like life is so easy for them, they can't react.
Exactly.
To
They don't
things.
even know, they don't even know what death is. So they're just like, what's happening? Why'd that guy fall down?
This is basically like a weird statement on what a millennial is. Okay, I don't get it. What now? What are we supposed to do?
Start a revolution, bro.
Yeah, this is like the bit. Like, I just want one of these guys to just yell anarchy, and everybody starts trashing the whole place. But I want it to be like a huge star who's not been seen in this movie
Like
whatsoever.
Mel Gibson or something.
Yeah, he just anarchy. He probably would do that like without being in the movie.
They're like, what the fuck?
So yes, you're so right. So this show was over, yet everybody was hanging out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a weird.
I'm like,
moment.
what the hell? Maybe, like I said, maybe you were right. Maybe they weren't doing just a couple of whatever exposition shots or whatever the final fucking what you call it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now he's got to fight the security guard.
Yeah, exactly. That would be amazing if they actually did have to fight and he just grabbed him. He's like, you are weak as shit. And he just like pushes him down. He's like, oh.
He's got something going on. He's got like a robotic arm.
Yeah.
Or watch, he's going to rip apart and he'll be a T-Rex. You're like, oh my God.
That sounds like an 80s movie written by a 7-year-old child. What was the one? There was an
I got
action.
to score some steroids.
Yeah.
He's like, have a good night.
Alrighty. He is.
I'll give you some, don't worry.
Yeah, I got plan B. What do you need? You want to come make fun of Lou Ferrigno with me? He can't even hear it. Now you can tell me honestly if I'm stupid or not. I didn't know up until maybe 2-3 years ago that Lou Ferrigno had the hearing impairment.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh, okay. So then I'm not stupid. That's why he talks the way he talks. He's partially deaf.
Makes it even better. He can't hear you anyways, barely. Fuck it.
You making fun of my muscles? I can't tell.
It's true.
Yeah. What do? We make the XFL.
The XFL.
It's coming back. I'll be watching it.
I want to see what other shows are out there. If this is like the number one show, what's like the last place?
The only ones we know are that Climbing for Dollars, and we know Hate Boat.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Hate Boat is another one that's in there.
Hate Boat.
Speaking of which,
instead of the Love Boat.
did you see Blumhouse's Fantasy Island? There's trailers out for that right now. It is Fantasy Island, like it is like the rights to that TV show, except it's a horror movie where like the guy twists all your fantasies and you get killed and stuff, and it's what's his face? Michael Pena is Mr. Rourke.
Ooh, who plays Tattoo?
I didn't see if there was one.
Vern Troyer in Mexican Face.
Yes, he's dead. But
Oh
other than that-
no! Okay, so it's got to be a Billy Barty.
Yeah, it's who's been dead forever.
Okay, so now here's
They're all
what
dead.
I'm talking about. Okay.
Their hearts can't take it.
If a little person
Yeah,
did like blackface,
yeah.
does their little personness count out the blackface? Or would it still be offensive? Would you feel right about going up to a little person and being, you're wrong, you're in blackface?
I always tell them they're wrong anyways. I'm like, you grew wrong. You didn't grow
Well, that
right.
hit the spot. Oh my Lord.
Right? I hate.
Here, take all the money.
I have a weird problem though. Like I hate that it's Blumhouse and the producer's name is Jason Blum. That makes me upset for some reason.
They are also doing The Invisible Man.
Yes,
which is
I
like a
heard about that.
hardcore rated R horror movie, and I saw the preview for it. It looks good.
Nice. So,
Because wasn't The Invisible Man a bad guy originally?
yeah, he's like a good guy who this happens to, and he kind of goes bad
Because he turns, right? Because
he can't.
this one's like a stalker movie where he's after his ex-girlfriend, and he's I didn't know. At first I was like, what? And then it was like The Invisible Man from Blumhouse, and I was like, oh man, they did such a great job, Blumhouse.
Oh yeah,
they made a couple of low-budget movies that did really well because they did them well.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of like the way that it went. Like it could have gone that way with the Blair Witch guys. Had they kind of just continued to develop along that line. this song is like one of the best horrible songs that has ever been written for a movie. It's like no pain, no gain.
That's why they call you the Running Man.
And again, like, and oh, everybody, who's left to cheer? Like, again, where are the cameras? People are seeing this happen. Like, it's like, I gotta stay through the entire gunfight in case there's a kiss. And now what happened? What would be amazing? All of a sudden, all the lights start coming on, and the city looks beautiful when it's lit. Like, it's just like,
They just kept the lights off on purpose, right?
Oh man! So there we
This
go,
is
guys.
the fucking tune of champions.
Roll the dice. I'd like to know
Run
that.
for your life.
I'd love to know that Dynamo like wrote this song. Or something
Stevie
like
was the Dweez.
yeah, the Dweez. Sven. I like that Sven Thorson, who the big guy was. He just played Sven. He's like, we don't have time for this.
He looks like a.
It's like,
We don't have time for you to learn a fake name.
I feel like
It's
that's what
gonna
they
be
do.
all day.
That's what they've been doing with Tony Danza his whole career.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, I'm not even gonna call you Anthony. I can't risk it. Like, it just seems like too much of a problem.
Yuppie Yeller.
I'm not a fan of the name Sidney Chankin. That's the guy who the custodian was. That was the janitor who got fired too. My name's
At least he
Sidney
got fired
Chankin.
before they murdered him.
Oh, I've never seen this before, actually. I've never seen a list of like stunts as like per character. Like Fireball's stuntman was played by
Right.
this. Usually it's just a big long list of dudes, and it's
I didn't see Paul Abdul's name.
Well, she wasn't one of the dancers.
Well, no,
That was
it's
the list of dancers.
choreographed
Yeah.
by.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't even see a choreography thing come up.
I'm just supposed to believe those girls just showed up and did it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say stunt coordinator
Well, you
should have been
never
her.
know. They could have like just done some old routines that they did because they were all Laker girls, right? They could have.
Yeah. Was that the Kobe death thing when it was like Buzzsaw and Sub-Zero dying? That was you. Could you imagine? See, choreography by Paula Abdul.
Oh,
There it is.
right on.
But the like I was sitting there. I guess that was a big discussion. They didn't know what to do. Like after he died, like there were games and stuff, and like there were like everybody was like crying on the benches and stuff like that, and everybody on Twitter was
saddest basketball game ever.
well, and everybody was talking about it, and they're like, "What are you doing? Just cancel the games for a day."
Yeah.
Like holy shit! Like it was like if nobody can friggin' physically like mentally handle what's happening right now, like it's like turn it off.
I like that somebody. You know what? It's a sad thing that happened.
It is.
But the thing, people seem to be forgetting that there were other people in this helicopter, like the pilot and
sad-
other
no,
people.
I'm sadder that his daughter died.
I know. Well, totally. That's a total fucking shame. And it's like Kobe Bryant and his daughter have died.
But
and then 10 minutes later, like, yeah, some other people.
But it's that thing is because you feel like you know him because he's a person. Oh, a Bagdasarian. Henry Bagdasarian, Ross Bagdasarian did the Chipmunks. He's the one who invented the chipmunk.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, but it's spelt different, so I don't think they're related. But I
That
mean,
would be
how many?
weird, though.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, but it's spelled.
That's a pretty crazy name to be like almost somebody else's.
It's definitely an Armenian though. That's an Armenian name.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was really funny because
Unibrow.
I made a joke a long time ago because it was like a big thing, with the Kardashians and all these things. And I'm like, Lando Calrissian was the only Armenian in all of the Star Wars universe. And then literally somebody just made a joke about that. Conan made a joke about that on his podcast because his assistant is Armenian, and he was talking to her, and then he's like, "Do you think Lando Calrissian was Armenian?" And I was like,
Listen right now, Conan O'Brien, you stop stealing our material.
Yeah. Especially when I already confirmed that he was
bullshit.
Like I wouldn't really I confirmed he was Armenian. He shouldn't even be asking the question. He listens to these shows.
Of course he don't. Well, clearly he's ripping our shit off all day long.
Nothing better to do.
My God, he's like Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
Of the podcast world. Whatever happened to her?
She's
Don't even answer. Who cares? You know why I asked.
Whatever. She's got it. She has an interesting story, and I like that there's a first aid department. I don't think I've seen that in credits either. But It doesn't matter. I was going to talk more about Amy Schumer, but you don't care anyways. It's fine.
I think she's pregnant or something.
No, she just had a baby.
The Antichrist.
She's got the weird story though because she's married to like a dude with Asperger's or
She
autism
is?
or something like that.
She did it so she can make the jokes.
Yeah.
Like when Buddy turned into a Jew on Seinfeld, guaranteed. She's like, I can make jokes about people with needs because I married one.
Yeah. I think it's just a good idea. I think like the quality of guys you're gonna get out there anyways, probably get somebody with a mental deficiency that makes them very like OCD and like honest. And,
Right.
like, this guy's not gonna lie to me. He's never gonna like leave the oven on or the toilet seat up.
What is cadre? What is
I
that
don't
word?
know.
Yeah, because I feel like they've made the joke a lot of times, so it's something.
I don't know. All I know is
Cadre
women be
Cola.
shopping.
Y'all can't stop a woman from shopping.
I don't know. Let's look this up.
Here's the...
I've been Googling more shit this episode than just about anything. There's a lot of names of cadre thing. There's cadre, a small group of people specially trained for a particular purpose or profession.
Say again.
A small group of people specifically trained or specially trained for a particular purpose or profession.
To make pop.
A small cadre of scientists.
Made cadre cola.
A group of activists in a communist or other revolutionary organization or a member of an activist
There
group.
you go.
There you go.
Rebellion cola.
So why was he in it?
I feel like drinking cola in general is a rebellion.
So the end of the book is considerably different. They escape, and Ben Richards, like he's got a wife and kid. It's not his brother in this, but this version they want to have a love interest and all that. So he had a wife and kid, and they basically capture him and say, "We're going to kill your wife and kid
If you don't
do this.
go
But if you do it, then they'll be safe. They'll be taken care of." So he agrees to do it. And I guess he wins. And you know, like that conversation he has, this is actually, I said he escaped, but what they actually do is he says, we want you to be a stalker.
they want him to be a right.
And he says yes. And he goes to do it. And so he gets out and does all this stuff. Ends up finding out that they killed his wife and kid anyways. Like they did before he even like got out there type thing. And he takes like a plane or a helicopter or something like that and crashes it into the studio building and like
blows it up.
It's like the girl, the person who's with him, like I guess like that Amber Mendez kind of character is in it, but not a love interest.
Right.
And he like boots her out of the plane like with a parachute or something right before he crashes into the place and kills himself. That sounds like a much more Stephen King version
Yeah,
of the ending,
it definitely
doesn't it?
fucking does. Sounds like the end of The Shining.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, we're going to end it on there because the credits ended a while ago.
Sure did.
As always, thank you so much for listening. You can catch us at miscastcommentary.com. Email us podcast at miscastcommentary.com. Catch us on Twitter at miscastpodcast. I'm at JK Finley. Todd's at miscasttodd. Instagram at miscastcommentary, and I'm at JK Finley there. Call us 289. Well, one for you guys, it's long distance. If you live too close to us, don't call us. It's weird. 1-289-769-3288. Remember, if you want to leave a voicemail, it's a lot of rings, and there's nothing I can do about that at this point. It's not something I can control, but you can send a text and we can read that on air as well.
That's right. Send us a text about how pissed off you are about all the rings.
What rings?
All them rings. Bring.
Oh,
Bring. Yep.
that's just me not listening to myself.
Bring.
Awesome. So anyways, reach out to us in any of those good old fashioned ways. And yeah, you know how to find our stuff. We will see you next time.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.